Southeast region. And our first game today is a winner game, the two undefeated. Welcome to the Little League Softball Regionals on ESPN, presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. We are down to 4 teams in Warner Robins, Georgia at the Southeast region. And our first game today is a winner's bracket game. The two undefeated teams, North Carolina and Florida, will play for the right to advance all the way to the championship of this region. I'm Sam Gore along with Brittany McKinney. We'll be taking you through the day. The first game, the winner's bracket game between Florida and North Carolina, and then coming up at 1 Eastern, Georgia will meet South Carolina in an elimination game, but the winner stays alive and will play tomorrow at 2 Eastern on ESPN. This Florida team, the champions last year, back trying to defend that title. They've gotten off to a good start. Beat Georgia 11-3 and South Carolina 10-5. And Brittany, they have a real live star, Callie Owsley.
Callie Owsley has been a star for this Florida team, and believe it or not, Sam, she is the youngest player on this team. And what draws your attention to her is how she plays the game. She plays with so much joy. You can tell that she loves softball, and then you watch her swing, and she has so much power. She's been a catalyst for this Lake Mary Little League team, going 4 for 4, 3 RBIs, scored 3 runs, and was walked twice. You cannot keep this young lady off base.
Well, speaking of power, that's one word to describe this North Carolina team from Pitt County. Beat Alabama 18-0, Virginia 14-0. They have not allowed a hit. I think that's pretty good.
No runs is one thing, but to not allow a hit in 2 games, and a big reason why is because of the star in the circle. Kinley Morgan has been lights out. She has been their ace, their go-to, and has been dominant. And her favorite player is Jordy Ball, because Jordy Ball is one of the greatest two-way players. Kinley Morgan, one of the greatest two-way players we have in the Southeast Regional, getting it done in the circle and at the plate with power, with speed. Kinley Morgan can really do it all.
So the two teams that have not lost about to square off. We have the continuous batting order in play. Everybody on the roster bats, and here's who will come to the plate for North Carolina.
Well, you see Kinley Morgan at the top of the lineup. We just highlighted her and talked about what she can do for this team. She is a spark plug. She gets up there and gets things going, and scoring double-digit runs in 2 games. She's the real reason why.
This North Carolina team will face Chloe Cheek in the circle for Florida. Chloe is playing shortstop defensively in the last game. They've moved her into the circle today.
Chloe Cheek, her coaches say, has a devastating fastball, and we saw it on display the past couple of days. She can place and locate her fastball really well, but she also has a great changeup that she'll use when needed. But just her precision in the circle has given her great success.
She pitched in the opening game against Georgia last Friday and gave up 3 runs in the first inning, and then didn't give up another run the rest of the game. Pitched a complete game, had 9 strikeouts. So we anticipate an excellent game here. Warm morning as usual here in Warner Robins. And Kinley Morgan is the first batter of the game. The player that we just talked about in the open, going up against Chloe Cheek, and Cheek fires a strike to start this game.
And you can hear it in the crowd, the dugouts. Everybody knows these two teams are very evenly matched. They have great pitching, great defense, a lot of power in the box. This is going to be a fun one.
Strike 2. Cheek getting ahead of Morgan right away. 0-2 the count. Some of the Lake Mary, Florida fans, they've been here loud and proud all morning. It's been a great atmosphere well before the game even started. Everybody had their coffee today. Morgan stays alive, 0-2, the count stays. Morgan is 3 for 4 batting. And there's a look at Jack Allen, the manager of this team, 41-year-old farmer from Winterville, North Carolina, leading this Pitt County team, which is about as close to a dynasty as you can get in Little League softball, especially here in the Southeast region. They've been to Little League Softball World Series and have won the Little League World Series multiple times, the Southeast Region champion multiple times. Got the rally helmet on over there.
Let's start from the beginning, right? Don't wait till it's late in the game for a rally cap.
Chloe Cheek with a strikeout to start the game.
This is incredible by Chloe Cheek. This entire North Carolina team has only struck out one time in 2 games, and then come out and get Kinley Morgan, one of their hottest hitters, to strike out to start the game. Great start for Chloe Cheek in the circle.
Her 10th overall strikeout in regional play. Gemma G. Braxton up to bat now. 5'5", 13-year-old, voted most likely to turn pro by her teammates. One of her hobbies is sleeping, so I hope she's fully awake for this at bat. Outside, 2-0. She'd taken a lot of time after those first 2 pitches were balls after the strikeout. That is pulled foul down the left field line. It's a big ballpark here in Warner Robins. You have a lot of space on the sidelines as well as a lot of depth. Very rarely will you see a over the fence home run. Here's 225 all the way around. But we did see it last year. Addison Bono from Florida knocked one out. Hit to right field. And a nice catch by Carissa Edgehill.
This is the start that Florida was looking for, going against a hot lineup like North Carolina to record the first 2 outs, get things settled in quickly.
Look at the Florida defense. And Avery Moy stepping into the batter's box now for North Carolina. It's good to see her playing today. She got a little shaken up, had to come out of their last game with an injury. But back in the lineup today as a batter. Low to Moy. Moy, a violinist. Be a cool instrument to play. Big volleyball player as well when she's not playing softball. Owsley is charging in on that. Owsley, the player we talked about in the Open. Those rally helmets. So I guess if things don't go well, maybe they'll remove a piece from the helmet.
I like that strategy.
Try to change it up a little bit. Look, I've spent a lifetime doing things like that. Maybe take a cup out of the ear. That's hit hard. And that will get down in front of Edgehill for the first hit of the game. So Avery Moy back to full strength in the batter's box. She gets her first hit of the game.
And you can see the respect that Florida has for Moy. Carissa Edgehill is playing deep. Otherwise, this ball is going to the fence. But a great piece of hitting by Moy. Cheek has just been pounding that outside corner, and she committed to it, went with it, and barreled it up. Now 5 for 5 in this regional.
Charlie Chuck Rouse stepping in with 2 outs. 5'5", 12-year-old. She's hit a grand slam this year. She's thrown a no-hitter, made some diving catches. Just can't keep that foul. or fair. That's one thing about both of these teams. They are fast on the bases, and they're very aggressive when they're running as well. With Moy at first base, wouldn't be surprised to see her take off for second. Owen won the count to Rouse.
That's the pitch. That's what she's going to need. She does a great job locating her fastball, has been doing it so far this inning, but then did bring in the changeup. Really think that's going to be a difference maker with the powerful bats. Nice smile, too. It always feels good when you throw a changeup and get a swing and miss.
Go into the count, 2 outs. Top of the first here. A little bit high. Rouse trying to pick her team up, or slapping the bat. Gave a little cheer to the dugout. Up high, 2-2. Rouse, very confident player. We have players that tell us if they collect anything. And a lot of people will, you know, talk about little toys they collect, or coins. She says she collects wins.
I love that.
That's what she collects. Stays alive in this at bat, making Cheek work a little longer. 2-2, the count stays.
This is just going to be a great battle of a great pitcher and a great lineup. Some good cuts so far from North Carolina. Just one dropping in for a hit so far, though.
The runner Moy is at first for North Carolina. First baseman Whitlock drifts over, makes the play, and a solid start for the North Carolina defense. North Carolina leads 1-0, and Florida will be coming to bat. By Dick's Sporting Goods. Every season starts at Dick's. Our first game of the day, the two undefeated teams here in the Southeast region, North Carolina and Florida. Some good luck charms in the dugout. Here at Warner Robins, Georgia, one of the premier softball facilities in the country. And here's a look at Florida's batting order.
You see Bryn Fieser right there in the 3-hole. She's been really dominant, has a ton of power. But, you know, this lineup showed me a lot of fight against in that Georgia game. They ended up winning 10-5, but fell behind early and continued to punch back and having clutch hits up and down the lineup. A clutch and dirty team.
It's interesting because this Florida team, as they were progressing through the postseason, district, state tournament, they did not trail at any point until their state championship game against Destin. They got behind in the first inning and then came back to win, obviously. But in their first two games here, they've actually gotten behind in the first inning as well.
Yeah, and we learned a lot more about a team when they fall behind early. And I think we learned a lot about Florida is that they are gritty, they know how to fight, and they're not going to throw in the towel at any point.
Kenley Morgan in the circle. We talked a lot about her in the open, but why don't you refresh us, Brittany?
Yeah, she's had an outstanding regional so far. You see, she hasn't given up any hits. Very efficient, just 85 pitches in 5 innings, but she has some really good velocity. She can throw the ball hard, upper 50s, has a good changeup, but when she gets ahead, she likes to climb the ladder and get some swing and misses with a rise ball.
And this Pitt County, North Carolina team outscored their opponents 32-0 in their first 2 games. Zoe Brandon, the first batter for Florida today. Where's that number 9? Because that was her mom's jersey when she played. So he's a 12-year-old. Only one player back on the roster this year that won this Southeast region last year for Lake Mary. That's Bryn Fieser. Her dad's the manager this year.
Mentioned Florida going to the Little League World Series last year. This Pitt County team from North Carolina was also there. So both of these teams, their Little Leagues were represented in the Little League World Series last season.
while back. Explain why Pitt County would have been there last year.
In North Carolina, that is the host state for the Little League Softball World Series. So there's an automatic bid that goes to the state of North Carolina. So if you win the state of North Carolina, you win that state championship, you're the automatic bid. So the runner-up will come and compete in regionals. And last year, Pitt County won the state and got the automatic bid. This year, they fell in states to Johnston County Little League. Now they're fighting their way back to get there through a regional.
That is drifting foul and almost good pursuit of that. Baylor Stocks, the right fielder.
Just off, just missed. That is incredible effort and a long way to run for Stocks too. Love to see it. If you're a pitcher, you know your defense has your back if you see that kind of effort early in the game.
Two-two pitch to Brandon. That'll be a single into shallow right. So the leadoff batter is on for North Carolina. Zoe Brandon now 4 for 7 in regional play this week. There's Brent Fieser, the manager of this team. 43-year-old banker. Daughter Bryn on the team.
I'm interested to see his strategy right here. We have two great pitchers going at it. They get a leadoff base hit. Is he going to play it safe, try and sacrifice bunt with Avery Little, even though she's got a triple and a couple RBIs? Are they playing for one run?
Well, we've just seen history this week. That's the first hit that Kinley Morgan's given up all week.
That's impressive. To go that long, facing two different teams. Let's see how she responds.
Avery Little up to bat now. Don't let that last name Little fool you. Her nickname's Big Al. Big Philadelphia Eagle fan. These are the best players from their regular season Little League teams. And Avery Little, Big Al, she plays for the Lake Mary Honey Badgers in the regular season.
Love that.
Man, I need a hat, I need a Honey Badger hat.
Even though I think Tyrone Matthew every time.
Little stays alive, 1-2. Avery's 3 for 5 this week at the plate.
Good battle. This is what I expected to see from these two powerhouses going at it. Every out is going to be a tough out. Every at-bat's going to be a battle.
Little hanging in there, making Morgan work.
Trying to climb the ladder there with the rise ball. Just trying to elevate it a little bit more. You've got Avery Little in swing mode trying to protect. Throw something that she can't touch.
That's the 4th foul ball of this at bat. Waited on the pitch and knocks it into left field for another single. So Florida starting out 2 for 2 in their first at bat.
That's a professional at bat by Avery Little. Fouled off some rise balls, then Kinley Morgan tries to change speeds, not fooled as Avery Little stays nice and balanced and barrels this one up through the 5-6 hole.
Look at the Tormos family there. Their daughter will be coming up to bat.
ถ้าคนตื่น
Number 30 for Florida.
กลับอย่า
Both those Florida hits with 2 strike counts as well. Bryn Fieser up to bat now, the only returner from last year's Southeast Championship team. Runners will go. So now runners at second and third. Florida threatening here right away on their first at bat. Remember, no outs.
And you mentioned earlier that Florida hadn't really faced many challenges through their districts and states until that championship game. North Carolina has not faced any challenges at all, had any pressure on them through the first 2 games. Let's see how they respond in this situation.
Fieser hits it out into center field, hits it right at Rouse, and tagging up and scoring was the leadoff hitter Zoe Brandon. So the sacrifice fly puts Florida up 1-0.
We're just watching pretty softball right now, getting runners on, moving them over, and then a big blast to center field for a sacrifice fly.
Callie Owsley stepping up to the plate. She has been one of the biggest stars of this regional so far this week. 4 for 4. She has not failed to get on base after every at-bat.
And she hasn't failed making me smile every time she steps in the box.
Owsley goes after the first pitch. That's her first out of the regional. Nice catch by Gemma Braxton at shortstop.
That's a big second out for North Carolina, and Kinley Morgan giving up the first hit of this regional for this team, and also the first run comes right back. Nice easy fly ball for a shortstop.
Owsley is actually going to go out and be a courtesy runner now. She'll courtesy run for the catcher Avery Little. With 2 outs, that catcher can get the courtesy runner to come back into the dugout and get ready to come out into the field. Carissa Edgehill, the batter. Inside, ball 1. Edgehill goes by Toots. Quiet and confident is how her coaches described her. Fouls it back.
It's a confident swing.
Owsley, the runner at second base for Florida. This is Edgehill, the batter. Florida up 1-0 here in the bottom of the first in this winner's bracket game. If you win today, you have tomorrow off and come back in the championship. Winner take all on Wednesday. Both of these teams will have their next 2 games on ESPN, because if you lose this game, you come back tomorrow at 2 Eastern and play on ESPN. The championship game of the Southeast region will be Wednesday morning at 10 a.m. Nice pitch. Struck her out. So that's the first strikeout recorded by Morgan, but Florida strikes first. Arcadia Brainy had a 2 RBI triple firing up the dugout, and Caden Hugh in the circle for Florida. 4 strikeouts, only 3 hits. Florida was able to beat the McLean, Virginia Little League team from Virginia 8-1 and went to Greenville. And a good start for Florida here today in this winner's bracket game. Bryn Fieser was the only player on the roster last year that's back this year playing. Some of her other teammates from last year came back over the weekend and watched games. That was really nice. Haley Hines up to bat now for North Carolina. Try to get something started here, and that's a short pop fly. Cheek goes over, makes the catch, and Whitlock with the full face plant getting out of her way.
At first I was worried that she got hurt, but this was just, she just got tripped up and then just sold it, owned it, loved the smiles. That's fun.
I love how she went with it.
Even more fun when you get the out too, right?
And no shortage of hustle out in the field. Maddie Kate Allen up to bat now for North Carolina, try to get something started. MK is what she goes by. It's a softball. I mentioned the players from last year. Some of them came back. Brooklyn Catalano is in the middle there. Number 8, she was flanked by Acadia Graney, Caden Hugh, Faith Miller, Katara Thomas. Those are all players from last year's team who came to watch this year's team over the weekend, and they're probably all watching at home right now. So, hello, ladies.
Yeah, it's so cool. I mean, just the that's what Little League does. It builds a community of players, and once you move on or age out, you know, bring in the new younger girls and still there to mentor and support. I love the family atmosphere that Little League has.
On the ground over to short. Brandon, no problem. 2 down.
We're going to see some flashy plays in this game from the defense, but the fundamentals are just so pretty to watch. Great play by Zoe Brandon and showing off her cannon too.
You know, honestly, we were wondering if either of these teams would feel pressure because they're both such winning Little League All-Star teams. But so far today, I've not seen any signs of pressure.
No nerves, which is impressive. Just competing.
Autry, the batter, gets away from Avery Little, the catcher. Anna Autry, related to the great Gene Autry. And she also says her family history includes Johnny Cash, Randy Quaid, and Dennis Quaid.
I'm jealous. That's pretty cool. Related to Johnny Cash.
I mean, any one of them is pretty cool.
That's true. But then to have all of them.
Outside, 2-0. She struck out her first batter. Allowed 1 base runner so far. No runs scored by North Carolina to this point, and again, they scored 32 runs in their first 2 games. Strike.
She just peppers the strike zone. She's not going to leave anything over the heart of the plate. Working mostly out so far in this game. Seen a couple change-ups. You see there, 16 strikes already.
Wow. 2-1 the count to Anna Autry. Autry goes after that one into shallow right. Coming in and making the grab is Carissa Edgehill. This Florida defense has been a fortress so far, and they'll be coming to bat when we come back to Warner Robins. That's right, professional softball is returning to Greenville, North Carolina for the 2026 AUSL Pro Game presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. It'll take place on Wednesday, August 5th. Learn more at littleleague.org/athletesunlimited. And how cool has it been that for the majority of days during this regional competition, these players could go back to their hotel rooms and watch pro softball.
I know that's what I've been doing every day when we get out of here. And they've got another opportunity tonight. The Spark and Blaze play for a huge game. The Spark, they win, they're in the championship series tonight. I believe it's 7 p.m. on ESPN2. It's a good one. Not as good as this one, though.
That's right. These 2 teams undefeated here in Warner Robins this week. 2 powerhouse historical Little League programs. Kylie Green up to bat now. Green, the daughter of Tarian Green, the 2-time national champion at University of Florida, former pro basketball player. Takes a strike, 1-1. So look at Dad, still working with the Gators. Green fouls that back. This Lake Mary team is, if you look at a map of Florida, they'd be in the Orlando Metro up in the east corner of Orlando in the Sanford, Florida area. It's an area that is just thriving with world-class youth sports. They host a lot of events in Lake Mary. Great facilities in multiple sports up there. Remember the Lake Mary baseball team won the Little League World Series 2 years ago. And there's a lot of close relationships between softball and baseball there. One and two the count to Kylie Green, who only started playing softball 2 years ago. She was an elite gymnast and goes down swinging here. So Morgan struck out her last 2 batters. That's the first this inning.
Look, I'm really impressed with Kinley Morgan. She gives up her first hit and the first run of this regional in the last inning and has responded with back-to-back strikeouts from the first inning and then starting off the bottom of the second with another.
Kaylee Whitlock coming up to bat now, first baseman. Did that beautiful dive, trying to get out of the way of Chloe Cheek on defense. Favorite emoji, the goat. You want to hear a pizza joke?
Let me have it.
It's too cheesy.
Oh, jeez.
That was Kaylee's joke. Good job, Kaylee. You made Brittany laugh.
That's, put that one in the top 3. I like that one. Caught me off guard.
Future Dr. Whitlock. She was thinking about being, in her words, a baby doctor. Now back 2-1. Whitlock looking for her first hit of the week. She's had a couple of RBIs though. How's that back?
She's right on it too. Allen ball straight back, on time, just missing. Just enough upspin from Kinley Morgan to miss the barrel.
Whitlock, one of the taller players here in the Southeast region. She's 5'8". Just pulls that foul. Sounded good.
Here, a couple fouled straight back, one out in front.
Coach Fieser, he's working over there.
He is intense.
Animated at third base. Whitlock smashes that out to center field, and Charlie Chuck Rouse moves over and makes the catch. What a clean game we've had so far. No errors.
No errors and a lot of barrels. This ball is barreled up, just got under it just a tad, but still having to drift back as Charlie Rouse to make the catch.
Good job, Chuck. Chloe Cheek gives us a little pitcher versus pitcher duel right now. And the strike goes to Morgan.
Knocked the glove off of Haley Hines behind the plate, shaking up. You know that feeling, you get your thumb.
Yeah.
So you're gripping it right there. Yeah, that does not feel good.
And Morgan's throwing some heat too.
Sometimes when that ball kind of tails into the hand at the last minute, it'll jam that thumb up. I used to have to wear a protective, a hardened thing in my glove to protect my thumb. That is a painful, painful feeling.
Jack Allen, the team manager, out checking on his catcher. And Haley's saying she's good to keep going.
Test one out here.
That's such a skill position too. So Haley Hines smiling now. And she was able to shake that off. So Chloe Cheek back in the batter's box. 0-1 the count.
Watch out.
Went right at her coach. Let's Coach Feaster get out of the way. Hey, he would have been good at dodgeball.
I think he pretends like he's
มา
going
พ
to
บกัน
catch
อี
it,
ก
but he knew better. He knew that ball was small.
That would have taken his hand off. 0-2 the count. 2 outs, bottom of the second. Florida leading this game 1-0. They got their only run in their last at bat. Just getting started here in Warner Robins. And that's hit hard too. Gonna be foul.
Phải thiếu được bao nhiêu
Way
trẻ
out in
mầm non
front of
đây?
those. Chloe 1 for 5 this week.
Change up, but even better fight by Cheek in the box, staying balanced, just getting a piece of it. We've seen some great battles just in the second inning. We've seen quite a few battles by these Florida hitters fouling off lots of pitches after falling behind.
Nervous looks from those Lake Mary parents. She fights another one off. She's a gamer, that's how Coach described her. The battle resumes. Cheek fouls that, and just running out of room was Hayslip. And Hayslip, glad she's okay. She wasn't going to let that fence get in her way.
She sure was. A tremendous effort by Hayslip, going straight to the wall. I mean, a lot of room to work with, and she used every inch of it, just misses.
How about the passion these players are playing with today? Going after everything. Count stays 0-2. Cheek patiently pops that out into center field for the base hit. Good piece of hitting there by Chloe Cheek.
I mean, she was making contact with everything, fouling pitches in, fouling pitches out, gets some off speed and just stays through it, stays through the pitch and drives it right back where it came from. A little 2-out rally for Florida.
Nice little 7-pitch single for Chloe Cheek, and as the pitcher, she can get a courtesy runner. So a courtesy runner coming out of the dugout for her, and that'll be Whitlock. Riley Tolan steps up to bat. Florida's got a runner on with 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. Tolan 2 for 4 this week. Likes her hometown team, the UCF Knights. UCF campus not too far from Lake Mary. Nice pitch.
UCF softball had a great season this year, knocked off Florida State in their own regional, went out west to UCLA to play in Supers. Riley was all over that.
It's one of those athletic programs on the rise across the board. Tolan swings, misses, throw goes down to first, and Whitlock dives back in time. Good throw by Hines.
Look how quick this release is. Gets at the ball and just fires a strike. And Whitlock was off the bag quite a bit. I like that.
Hines keeping her close. Tolan behind in the count to Morgan, 1-2. That is popped high in the air. The shortstop Braxton calling everybody off and makes the catch. So Florida leaves one on. And at the end of two, Sporting Goods win today. You go all the way to the championship. If you lose this game, you'll play tomorrow. Right now it's 1-0 Florida. Here's a look at the schedule for tomorrow. And again, we move over to ESPN and ESPN2. We will be leading things off from Warner Robins tomorrow at 2 Eastern on ESPN. That will be an elimination game semifinal. And then we'll go out to the Southwest, Central, New England, Northwest, Mid-Atlantic. All games tomorrow on ESPN and ESPN2. Right now, one of these teams will be playing in that game tomorrow. The other will be advancing all the way to the championship Wednesday at 10 a.m. Eastern on ESPN. Emily Nelson stepping up for this North Carolina team. Outside, Nelson following her family footsteps. Her dad was part of a Southeast Regional winning team and played in the Little League World Series. Back in the 90s.
That's a good pitch. That's a hard thing for a lot of pitchers to do at any level. A right-handed pitcher going against a left-handed hitter, being able to go in across the plate inside, that's pretty. Shows confidence in your stuff.
Nelson 1 for 2 this week and has scored 3 runs. A good stop by Avery Little behind the plate. Good hands. Owsley is going to come over to talk to her pitcher.
And we've seen this from Florida, and I like it. Anytime the pitcher falls behind or throwing a couple balls in a row, we'll see either Owsley or Zoe from shortstop or even Bryn Fieser from second base come in and give words of encouragement to their pitcher, Chloe Cheek.
Okay, how shocking is this? This is the first 3-ball count we've had today.
That's shocking.
Top of the 3rd.
Oh.
That's a strike. Nelson tried to sell it. Got to admire that.
I think there was a little delay on the ball.
Nelson also a good basketball player. One plate umpire today, Dave Byers, was all over it. 3-1 the count. Strike 2.
All right, battle time. Time to battle. Way to work back.
3-0 to 3-2. Nelson hits it hard to Owsley. Oh, what a play by Owsley at third base.
And the defense behind Chloe Cheek has been outstanding. This ball is smoked to Owsley, but no problem. All day for Owsley.
North Carolina offense has been slowed down by this Florida team. Even Coach Allen acknowledging it's a good play by his opponent, Owsley. Mallory Hayslip up to bat now for North Carolina. Try to get something going here with 1 out in the top of the 3rd. Hayslip aspires to be an FBI agent one day. Goes after the first pitch, fouls it off.
Carolina's put up a ton of runs, but in their game against Virginia, where they scored 14 runs, they didn't start scoring until the 3rd inning. Then it was just kind of an onslaught.
So you're saying they've got them right where they want them?
Right where they want them.
Good eye by Hayslip. Cheek has been the pitcher they've relied on in the most important moments this year. Also in that state championship game against Destin. It over to shortstop, gets through, and Hayslip is on, trying to get a rally started here for North Carolina.
And it was Mallory Hayslip against Virginia in the 3rd inning who started their rally, their big inning with a single. Does the same thing here, goes with this pitch just under the glove of Zoe Brandon at shortstop.
New way to look at the field. Bailey Smiley Jackson coming up to bat, wanting to drive in her teammate Mallory Hayslip.
The corners are in for Florida. Jackson can play some small ball. She's got a ton of speed. Florida prepared for it.
Slice foul. This North Carolina team can play small ball. They can basically do everything in the batter's box.
That's how they got the scoring going against Virginia. They started playing small ball, putting bunts down, bunts for hits, trying to sacrifice and putting pressure on the defense. So far, Florida's defense has looked just solid.
0-1 the count to Smiley Jackson. Runner on for North Carolina. Top of the 3rd in this 6-inning game. Outside, Little, the catcher, checks the runner. Seen Little throw runners out this week. You don't want to, you got to make sure you got it if you're going to test her.
Yeah, base runners are at a premium right now.
North Carolina's been very aggressive on the bases this week. And that's going to be another base hit into shallow left. Runners will stay at 1st and 2nd. And the North Carolina bats are waking up right now, back-to-back hits.
Bailey Jackson just gets something in on her hands and has enough strength to muscle this one out into the grass. North Carolina has a runner in scoring position for the first time.
And Jack Allen, their manager, is not afraid to be aggressive sending players home.
อย่าฝืนเดินออกกำลังวันละ 19,000 เลยค่ะ
I fully expect Hayslip is looking for. Crowd's getting into it, both sides trying to will their team right now. No, this is a big moment.
Another big owl, Allie Scott Gaddis. One of the 11-year-olds on this team. Likes baseball cards. She's the team prankster. Big swing, fouls another one back, 0-2.
This is awesome.
Catcher is tying the shoe of the batter. So how sweet is that? Avery Little doing a little shoe tying for Big Al Gaddis.
It's impossible to tie your shoes with batting gloves on. Let me tell you, this is awesome. It's so sweet.
And now the manager's coming over and making sure she didn't, tie her shoes together.
He's got to knock her over.
He didn't trust her. I'm kidding.
Allie Scott, come on, give me Avery back. She's a little bit more gentle.
There we go.
As much as these teams both want to win and they're competing, have a goal in mind, and just the sportsmanship that you see in Little League is top notch.
Yeah, on the questionnaires, players more often than not say the thing they're most looking forward to is meeting other players from other teams. And a called third strike. Chloe Cheek with her second strikeout.
A lot of composure for Chloe Cheek. I'm up here pacing. I'm nervous. She looks cool, calm, and collected out there and just paints the outside corner for a huge second out.
Runners remain on first and second. Now 2 outs. Florida has the force. First, second, or third. Baylor Stocks stepping into the batter's box now. And another strike by Cheek. Mallory Hayslip, the runner at second. She's trying to draw a throw from Little, and Little didn't go for it.
Smart play. Throw the ball around here. But with 2 outs, Hayslip on second base is going to be moving in on contact.
Nice swing from Stocks.
She's halfway between second and third. Very smart, very, very smart by Avery Little. She throws that ball to second base. Mallory Hayslip is going to get third base easily. Watch Hayslip at second. She is begging Avery Little to throw this ball. But she just runs her back, gets her back. Brilliant. Top notch.
Do a softball training video on this game.
There's been multiple things.
Yeah. 0-2 the count, 2 outs. North Carolina trying to get out of a jam. They're down 1-0 to Florida. Need to get a runner on. This will be a big hold for Florida. They get North Carolina to strand these 2 base runners.
Hayslip on second base, trying to get her dugout fired up. These Lake Mary fans are definitely making some noise.
The 0-2 pitch coming to Stocks, 2 outs. Stocks is the final batter in the continuous batting order. They sent 12 to the plate. Seen a lot of production from the bottom of the batting order this week from the teams.
And with the continuous batting order where every hitter is going to get at bats, the bottom half is so important. Both teams, I mean, top to bottom, complete. Everyone's a threat in the lineup.
Chloe Cheek saves Florida, back-to-back strikeouts, and North Carolina strands 2.
The most trouble that Chloe Cheek has been in, stays cool, calm, and collected. Get this strikeout and balls. We've had a lot for just a 1-0 ball game.
Parker Garandi will be the next batter for Florida. Lead things off here. Future orthodontist goes after the first pitch. We've had 6 hits between the 2 teams. Both teams have got 3 hits so far. No errors in this game. Morgan has thrown 2 strikeouts so far. Strike 2. Nice pitch. And Garandi goes down swinging. Strikeout number 3 for Morgan.
And that's textbook pitching. Continues to climb the ladder, goes a little bit higher there. The last 2 pitches were rise balls, but when she gets to that 0-2 count, she's able to put it right at the letters. Great location and command of the pitch.
1 down here in the bottom of the 3rd. Quinn Marshall up to bat for Florida now. Marshall wearing number 37 in honor of one of last year's stars, Brooklyn Catalano, who's one of the players that here was watching over the weekend. Marshall a slapper.
The only slapper in this regional, but she's been good. She's been finding ways on base. She definitely tests the defense. She's got a big 5-6 hole to work with right now, too.
2-0.
And being a slapper, we used to see a ton of slappers probably 10 years ago. It's kind of fallen off, and Quinn Marshall, I think, definitely has an advantage over defense because they don't see many slappers, and not sure how to play her.
You know, the count right away. One of the other interesting things about Quinn Marshall is she doesn't have a phone. So she is living proof that you can be 13 years old and not have a cell phone. You can survive. That's a strike.
Stretching the legs
yeah,
out.
got some steps in.
Got a little stiff in there. Use the speed. Sure, stand loose.
And this time she is allowed to take her base, and that is the first walk given up. And it puts a runner on for Florida here in the bottom of the 3rd, 1 out. Aria Tormos up to bat.
And Florida's got speed at first base with Quinn Marshall, but Aria Tormos, the fastest player on the field. So a lot of speed all around right here for Florida.
Tormos fouls the bunt back. Tormos is an example of what I was mentioning earlier. One of the batters at the bottom of the lineup has been a big contributor. She's their 12th batter, and she's been 2 for 3 this week. And they scored 3 runs.
She's just been clutch at turning this lineup over. And as I mentioned before, every hitter in this lineup is tough.
Tormos hits that back up to Morgan. The runner advances over to second. So 2 outs, but Florida with a runner in scoring position now as we go to the top of the batting order.
It's a good play by Kinley Morgan. I know she wanted to get that lead runner at second base, Quinn Marshall, but understanding the speed gets the sure out.
Marshall, the base runner, up at second. The batter is Zoe Brandon, who led the game off with a base hit. It's a strike on the outside corner. Goes after that.
Her base hit is a great piece of hitting. Drove the ball in the right center gap. The defense from North Carolina shaded that way. Center fielder Charlie Rouse just a couple steps towards right center.
Gemma Braxton coming over to have a word with Kinley Morgan. Runner will go to third. Marshall gets to third easily. And so now a base hit would score another Florida run with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 3rd. Counts 1 and 2 to Brandon. infield coming in.
Some confusion about placement. I'm not sure you necessarily want to pull your infield in right now with 2 outs. Trying to get that out at first base. So stay back. There you go. Jimmy Braxton back short.
Brandon goes after the pitch, fouls it back. And North Carolina, a lot of celebrating that third out as they do not allow Florida to score another run.
Big strikeout here, leaves a runner on third base. Nice play by Haley Hines. See what North Carolina can do with the bats. Nothing game, you're going to have some great pitching from Florida. Chloe Cheek doing it all kinds of ways. The changeup and then climbs a ladder with the rise ball. And on the other side, Kinley Morgan showing off that she can hit the bottom of the zone and can also climb the ladder with a rise ball. These pitchers are going at it. They are being backed up by great defense. And we're seeing some battles at the plate too.
Florida's gotten a runner on every inning. North Carolina has left 3 on. Has not scored yet. Only 6 hits in this game so far. And North Carolina will have the top of their batting order up now as Chloe Cheek is about to face Kinley Morgan for the 2nd time. Cheek was able to strike Morgan out to start the game. Pitcher versus pitcher here. Strike 1. Kinley, such an accomplished softball player that aspires to be a pediatrician one day. Gets that on the ground. Whitlock comes over and will put the tag on. 1 out.
Chloe Cheek being able to keep Kinley Morgan off the base twice now is a huge deal.
And Morgan, an inside the park home run earlier this week. Tough to hit it over the fence here. Again, 225 all the way around. Gemma Braxton up to bat now. Gemma, also a legacy player. Her mom competed for this same Little League program. And that is hit right at Owsley for the 2nd out.
Just look at this location. I mean, that ball's outside corner off the end of the bat. Owsley, no problem, but Chloe Cheek, she's in a groove right now.
She's facing a batter that got a hit off her last time she faced her, Avery Moy. Moy got the first hit of the game for North Carolina. The Tar Heel fan.
That girl.
Strike 1. Lifts that, and Whitlock makes the catch. A 5-pitch 4th inning for Chloe Cheek. 2 powerhouse Little League programs historically. Lake Mary representing Florida, Pitt County representing North Carolina, and we are heading into the bottom of the 4th. Just a 1-0 game. Florida coming to bat.
1 run back in the bottom of the 1st inning and nothing for either team since, but Kinley Morgan, after giving up that 1 run in the 1st inning, has had a great response. Has been lights out, locked down, hasn't let that bother her one bit.
First batter she's going to face is Avery Little, who got a hit off her in her first at bat. Little's now 4 for 6 in regional play this week. That's ball, 1-0. Little one of the many players who told us their favorite player is Carlin Pickens. Probably the first era of Little League players that actually has professional players to put on their questionnaires.
And it's so fun to see. In the past, who's your favorite athlete or favorite baseball, softball player? It was usually a baseball player. But now, more often than not, we're seeing professional softball players being listed on the questionnaires, and it's the visibility of the sport. They can sit back, they can go back home tonight and watch a professional game. It's so fun, and I love to see the growth.
2-1 the count to Big Al. Avery Little hits that out into right field. Stocks coming over and makes the catch.
Baylor Stocks, she's had a big game quietly out in right field. That's not an easy catch, but anything near her, she's been coming up with the play.
A clean game today. No errors in the entire game so far. In the bottom of the fourth, Bryn Fieser, an aspiring oncologist, decided to enter that medical profession after her mother won her battle with breast cancer. Good pitch, wow.
Kenley Morgan's just trying to keep the ball down at the knees, trying to find where the bottom half, where that bottom part of the strike zone is, and nails it right there.
It's hit hard to third. Allen picks it up, makes the throw. Still have a clean game. Another good defensive play.
Maddie Allen made this play look really easy. Gets it kind of in an in-between hop, but stays back on it so she can field it cleanly because that ball was smoked.
This field in such pristine condition here in Warner Robins. Owsley up to bat.
Field crew does an amazing job. You're going to get true hops all day long.
The ever-smiling Callie Owsley. You pointed out one of the younger players on this team, and she's probably had the best regional offensively for Florida.
I think she's had the most fun doing it too. Just lets that smile every time she steps in the batter's box, taps that helmet, puts a big smile on. And she's just happy to be here. I'm happy to be here watching her.
She looks at her bat like it's her friend.
Yeah, she's like she's going into the box with her best friend.
Don't fail me now.
Here we go, buddy. Let's go. Let's go do this.
Owsley diving as Jackson and makes the play. Are you kidding me? Bailey Jackson laying out to cover the grounder. And Florida goes down 1-2-3 in dramatic fashion. That one run was scored in the first inning. Charlie Chuck Rouse fouls that off. Rouse, Atlanta Braves fan, wants to be an Air Force fighter pilot one day.
Charlie motioning to her dugout. Get up, we need some noise. We need some excitement, let's go.
They've got it.
They're responding.
A lot of creativity in that dugout.
Chicken.
Squeeze the chicken.
These things are loud.
Must have worked.
My son has one of those chickens he got from Dave & Buster's, and that's how he wakes me up in the morning if I
was
sing
just
past
saying,
him.
are you having PTSD?
Yep.
Rouse goes after that pitch, fouls it off. Whitlock coming over, just can't quite hold on to it. Good pursuit, though, in foul territory by Whitlock.
Excellent effort here. I mean, challenging play. You're battling the sun. That little fence right there that sticks out. I mean, that was a tough catch, but tremendous effort.
Coming up on the noon hour here. That sun straight up in the sky. Count is 2-2 to Rouse. And Rouse hits that out into right field. Edgehill lets it drop, and a base hit for Charlie Rouse.
And that North Carolina dugout just erupted like they had just walked off the game. They know how important and how hard it is to get base runners, and to have a leadoff base hit by Charlie Rouse is huge for North Carolina.
Chicken's doing his job. Haley Hines up to bat. It's the first time that North Carolina's gotten that leadoff batter on base. Let's see if they can do something with it. Bunt is fouled back. Remember, it's just 1-0 Florida here in the top of the 5th of the 6th inning game.
North Carolina just trying to find a way to get a runner into scoring position. They are looking to find a way to score just 1 run. There's a ton of respect for Avery Little behind the plate. It is hard to steal on her.
Bunt is on, foul back, 0-2. Rouse also very speedy runner at first base for North Carolina. She's planning on being on the track team next year at school.
I love this timeout. My head coach, Jack Allen. You know, Haley Hines wanted to get that bunt down more than anybody else here. Fouls a couple off. Now it's time to refocus. I love that conversation in that moment. That's not over.
Hines goes after it, and Cheek gets the strikeout. That's her 4th today.
I don't think it can be overstated the performance that Chloe Cheek is having in the circle. North Carolina's lineup, every player has recorded a hit coming into this game, and she has limited it to just 4, and only once did they have a runner on second base. She has been outstanding, and look, no free passes. That is the key to success when going up against a lineup like North Carolina brings.
She'll face MK Allen now. Little jumps up in a hurry in case Rouse had any ideas of stealing second. And Little was asking if the runner left early.
I think that was on the check swing.
Check swing.
Check swing.
Fun to see Little ask for that.
She's in. She knows what's going on.
Catcher. High pop fly. Whitlock should be able to make this catch, and does, in foul territory. So 2 outs now. North Carolina still with the runner at first base. Anna Autry will try to move the runner. One of the leaders on this team, voted most likely to go pro, biggest personality, future president, and most likely to survive a zombie apocalypse.
Well-rounded.
Well respected. Definitely.
That too.
Runner goes. Throw goes out into the outfield, but a good cover by Green backing up the throw. And so now runner in scoring position for North Carolina as Rouse makes it down to second.
Avery Little with a tremendous arm behind the plate. That one just a little bit offline, but nice job by Kylie Green in center field, backing up and making sure that Charlie Rouse is staying at second base.
Again, North Carolina very aggressive on the bases. They will have no hesitation to send a runner home. Good pitch.
The demeanor and the composure of Chloe Cheek. She's been in some big moments. This is one of them too. Just looks like another day for her. I know she's locked in and internally fired up, but on the outside, man, she's just cool, calm, and collected.
Runner goes. Tag down, got her. North Carolina asking for a challenge on that play at third. But the runner was called out. This is our first challenge of the game. You get 2 incorrect challenges for the regulation game. It would be the third out if the call stands. That was a heck of a throw.
It was a laser.
Wow.
Right on the money, and it had to be if you're going to have a chance to try and throw Charlie Rouse out. Being ultra aggressive. Look at the throw.
My name is Jeff, and we have a video replay down.
See if Owsley is able to get that tag down. Great catch. Great throw. I'd like to see Owsley go straight down with this tag, not waiting for the runner. Should get it right there on the knee. That's closer than I thought it was, Sam.
Certainly worth the challenge. But our third base umpire, Jeff Ross, was right on top of it. Umpires have done a phenomenal job this week. They're all volunteers as well, by the way. Dave Byers, the home plate umpire, Chris Rattler, first base, Ham Estrada at second, and Jeff Ross third for this game. They rotate around. And manager Jack Allen right on top of that play as well. It's the first challenge we've had today. She was called out here. It would be the third out.
My gut's saying it was called out on the field. I don't see enough to overturn it.
Call upheld. So that will send North Carolina out into the field, and Florida in the bottom of the fifth, up 1-0.
Appreciate the moment, because tomorrow will be here soon enough. So be present and live life one pitch at a time.
We are making our way through this game one pitch at a time, and pitchers have been critical to our score of 1-0 right now. Florida up in the bottom of the fifth, trying to add some insurance to this score line. North Carolina will have a final at bat in the sixth inning to try to catch North Carolina, or catch Florida, excuse me. So North Carolina getting on the same page now to approach this Florida lineup.
It's just been a pretty softball game, a 1-0 game going into the bottom of the fifth inning. A couple hits by each team. Florida was able to score on a sacrifice fly. I mean, manufacturing runs, clean defense, outstanding defensive plays. This game has just been, it's been great softball.
I completely agree. Carissa Edgehill up to bat now for Florida. Struck out in her first at bat today. Goes after that pitch. Strike one. A reminder, coming up at 1 Eastern, Georgia will play South Carolina. It's an elimination game. Winner will move on to play the loser of this game tomorrow on ESPN at 2 Eastern. Edgehill hits it out to center field. Rouse comes over to make the catch. Good hit though by Edgehill. Really got a lot on that. Again, just an outstanding defensive game from both teams. Kylie Green coming back up to bat. Goes after that first pitch.
Just remember, Kinley Morgan had not given up a hit in 2 games coming into this game, and in the first inning gives up a run, but has been nails since. Not let that affect her, motivated her.
Green talking with Coach Fieser at third base, facing an 0-2 count.
So you give the 2-strike plan.
Yeah, I was trying to hear what he said.
Widen your zone. Her change up in there somewhere. Basically, be ready for anything and swing if it's close.
0-2 pitch coming. Popped high up. Hayslip trying to make a play in foul territory and does. 7 straight retired batters by Morgan.
This ball was high in the sun, right above Hayslip. Battles it. They keep making these high level of difficulty plays look easy.
Both our first basemen today had put outs in foul territory.
Right side of the field. Showing out.
Here's the other first baseman, Florida's Whitlock. Gets way out in front of that one, fouls it off.
We ended, last time Florida was on defense, Bailey Jackson at second base made that incredible diving play, threw from her knees.
Whitlock swings and misses, 0-2 the count. Florida hasn't had a hit since the second inning. They've got the lead. Morgan with another strikeout. So North Carolina down to this last at bat to try to catch Florida. And Matt Schick and Michelle Smith in the studio do a great job of bouncing around every region. We're in the southeast region here in Warner Robins, Georgia. And this could be the final at-bat of the game. If North Carolina does not score at least 1 run, Florida has held this 1-0 lead since the first inning. And Anna Autry is the first batter for North Carolina. Base hit right away. Safe. Good heads-up play, though, by Edgehill. Made that throw. It's actually close.
And this is exactly what North Carolina needed down to the last 3 outs, but Carissa Edgehill made everybody cheering for North Carolina very nervous on that play. She came in hard and threw a strike, and I think it was close enough that we're going to have a challenge from Florida.
North Carolina lost a challenge earlier on a play at third base, and now Florida making a challenge here. You get 2 incorrect challenges for the 6th inning, so certainly worth a look.
Because this first hit or out of the last inning is so important when you're trying to just scratch away 1 run.
There's the play.
I think she was there.
2 safe calls.
There we go. That was close too. For a ball hit into right field,
Yeah.
Carissa Edgefield, I mean, she played that perfectly. Her feet moving, knew exactly where she was going to go with the ball, no hesitation. She's not worried about the call.
I was wondering
Staying loose.
Yeah, I was wondering if anybody would be nervous here in the 6th. I don't think so. Everybody's pretty loose.
One last look, let's see. Foot on bag, ball, glove. Yeah, I think nice. Hey, these umpires, they've been all over it.
That was our first base umpire, Chris Rattler, confirming the call.
It's gotta feel good as an umpire. If they challenge your call, then you get to come out and be the one and say, hey, no, that one stands. I got it.
So North Carolina gets that leadoff hitter on for the 2nd consecutive inning. Just have not been able to bring anybody home yet. And now Emily Nelson stepping up to the plate, trying to change that. Runner on first. Autry goes, throw is off the mark into center field. They have no issue sending a runner home, and they will. The play at the plate, not in time, and we are tied.
This is what we saw from North Carolina against Virginia when they hadn't scored a run. They put pressure on the defense. The attempted bunt kind of disrupts Avery Little behind the plate. She tries to get Autry going to second base, and that ball just gets past the infield, rolls far enough away that Autry comes around to score. It's a tie ball game.
And finally, these North Carolina fans have a run to cheer for. And for Florida, they've just given up that lead. What's the focus now?
We got to get out. We still have an at-bat left. So let's keep this a tied ball game, and then we can go down and walk it off in the 6th. So new ball game, let's get out. Starting with the first one.
Nelson returning to the batter's box. Little trying to shake it off. Time to go back to work. Now 0-1 to Nelson. Remember, she fouled off a bunt. That's what precipitated that play. So right back up the middle. Brandon does a good job to stop it from going to the outfield, but Nelson is safely on. I saw your assistant coach there celebrating with Nelson.
It's getting loud in here, Sam. These fans are on their feet.
I felt like I've been in an earthquake all day. Both fan bases. Hayslip stepping in. It's the first adversity Florida has faced today. First time they've given up a run. Bunt is up. Owsley makes the catch. Good job by the charging Owsley.
That's tough because Hayslip got a base hit her last at bat. This one, Chloe Cheek is going to be a very difficult pitcher to bunt off of.
Why so?
Because one, her velocity. You've got to have really good barrel control there, and then she can spin it up in the zone too.
Bailey Smiley Jackson up to bat now for North Carolina. Runner on first. Fouls that bunt off. Jackson got a hit in her last at bat.
You might look at North Carolina and say, man, this team are having troubles bunting, but they scored 2 runs against Virginia on 4 consecutive bunts, so they can play small ball. Chloe Cheek is just a really difficult pitcher to get a bunt down off of.
Yeah, Cheek, no signs of fatigue at all in this game. 0-2 the count. This will be her 73rd pitch. All those strikes.
I was going to say, look at that ratio. Wow.
Up high. One out. Top of the 6th. North Carolina has at least made sure Florida will come to bat again. An excellent pitch by Cheek. Gets Jackson to go down swinging. That's her 5th strikeout of the day.
Chloe Cheek has not shown her changeup very much today, but she pulls it out at the absolute best moment. Nobody was expecting it. Places it perfectly for the 2nd out, trying to get it out of this inning with a tie ball game.
Scott Addis up to bat now for North Carolina. Nelson is the base runner at first. Two outs, 2-0 the count. Florida will be coming to bat, and Chloe Cheek, the pitcher, will be the first batter for Florida whenever they get the 3rd out. Only 4 feet 11. Smaller strike zone for Cheek to work with. Step right back up the middle. Brandon makes the play, steps on second. So Florida has a chance to walk it off. Cheek, Tolan, Garandi coming up next in the bottom of the 6th. Here in the bottom of the 6th. We have not had an extra inning game this week in Warner Robins. Just saying. Winner of this game goes to the championship on Wednesday. Loser will come back tomorrow and play at 2 Eastern on ESPN against the winner of our next game between Georgia and South Carolina. Kenley Morgan working in the circle very effectively. She's just gotten better and better as the game has progressed.
She gave up that 1 run in the bottom of the 1st inning, and then after that, it has been lights out. They had 1 runner advance to 3rd base, but besides that, there's been nothing on the base paths for Florida since that bottom of the 1st inning.
And North Carolina has retired the last 8 batters. Stands are rocking right now.
And both of these Little Leagues were in the Little League World Series. They both made it to Greenville. Not the same players, one returner from each team, but there's a history for both these Little Leagues to be playing in Greenville.
Chloe Cheek hoping to get it going here for Florida. Cheek was the last player to get a hit for Florida. He's back in the second inning. Cheek hits this out to center field. Backing up is Rouse. And makes the catch.
Just look at the emotion.
Yeah, big celebration.
Because that first out is so big. We saw what happened when North Carolina got their leadoff runner on. They were able to do some small ball, put pressure on the defense and come around to score. But this one, well hit ball. You see Kylie Green out there fired, excuse me, Charlie Rouse out there fired up.
Rye Tolan coming up to bat now for Florida. First pitch strike for Morgan. These are our two undefeated teams, and they have certainly played like it. Up high, good stop by Hines. Morgan missing on the outside corner again. Tolan, one of the taller players on this roster. Shaky. Big swing, strike two.
Big pitch to even this count back up. Goes up with the rise ball. She loves that pitch. You usually see it more when she's ahead, but trusted enough. And a 2-1 count, evened it up.
South Carolina team watching this game, having some fun. They'll play Georgia. Another strikeout for Morgan.
Previous pitch up in the zone, this one down and away. Great sequencing, great setup for that pitch. Kinley Morgan has been lights out.
Her sixth strikeout of the game, and now will face a player that she struck out the first time she faced her. Garandi. Garandi gets it on the ground, picked up by Hayslip. So Florida unable to walk it off. We are going to extra innings for the first time this week in Warner Robins. North Carolina coming up to bat. To extra innings, and it is a critical game. The winner goes all the way to the championship on Wednesday. But when you go to extra innings, you have an extra runner out there. We do things a little different in extra innings in Little League. Brittany?
Okay, we're going to start with a runner on second base. It'll be the last out, or the last batter that is scheduled to come up this inning. For North Carolina, that'll be Allie Scott Gaddis. She'll be over at second base, and this is when some strategy is going to come into play for both teams. But right now, it's manager Jack Allen for North Carolina who's going to have to decide, are they going to try and move this runner over with a bunt? We've seen how difficult it's been for North Carolina to get a bunt down off of Chloe Cheek. So it'll be interesting to see what they do here, because the last thing you want to do is leave that runner stranded and give Florida some breathing room when they come up with a runner on second base.
So the drama builds. Baylor Stocks into the batter's box now. Top of the seventh inning. Infield is in. Anticipating what you just described. Ball. No question the bunt was on there. Pitt County is so aggressive on the base path. time called to allow a couple of players to come in from the bullpen. One of them forgot to close the gate. So a little extended break.
You see the infield for Florida, Owsley at third base. She's pulled in, but she's going to come even closer. She is fearless. She's going to get in there and try and get this bunt off the bat, fully expecting a sacrifice here, still moving in.
Foul.
See how close those corners are.
See how fast, too, Gaddis is.
Yeah, she's quick.
She's the base runner up at second base.
And with Owsley pulled in so much, Gaddis, there's nobody covering third. If she's able to beat Zoe, the shortstop, there's a chance she could take third base, but Zoe, Brandon's been all over it. She's heads up on that too.
Bunt's laid down successfully. Runner moves to third. Base runner's out at first. So North Carolina's Baylor Stocks did a good job of advancing the runner Gaddis to third base. And the way this North Carolina team is, any hit could score her.
That's huge. What execution by Baylor Stocks. She can see those corners in her grill coming down, and she stayed calm, cool, and collected, dropped that ball down where the corners didn't even get it. It was Chloe Cheek who came off the rubber to pick that up.
So a meeting in the circle now for North Carolina, or for Florida. So with the runner on third now and one out, what would you expect North Carolina to do here?
Top of the lineup, Kinley Morgan. She has been lights out. Hasn't had a hit today, so that tells me she's due. I'm letting her swing away, but we'll see how Florida plays this defensively. If they're going to bring those middles in too and try and cut down that runner at the plate and not concede it. Now they're a little far. Gaddis, we saw, has a ton of speed at third base. Corners are certainly in, but the middle's still back.
Outside. North Carolina trailed 1-0 until the top of the 6th inning, and they were able to tie the score. Gets Morgan to chase that.
A little smile by Kinley Morgan. She saw that ball up and she put everything she had into it. If you play softball long enough, you're going to fall victim to a rise ball. It happens.
On the ground, a shortstop, throws coming home, safe! North Carolina leads for the first time today.
And there was zero hesitation by Allie Scott Gaddis at third base. She sees this ball in the dirt, her head is down, and she is thinking for the whole way. You see how close that play is. If she would have hesitated even a fraction of a second, could have been a completely different story.
So North Carolina has the lead now for the first time, 2-1. Runner on first base, one out here in the top of the 7th. Gemma Braxton up to bat. Morgan is the base runner at first.
You know North Carolina wants to get another one across because Florida will also start with a runner on second base. They come up at the bottom of the 7th.
Outside ball one. Braxton trying to get on base for the first time today.
Gemma Braxton is one of those players who played in the Little League World Series last season with Pitt County and this North Carolina team.
Her mom played on the same Pitt County team as well. Dad was a pro soccer player. fantastic game this has been, regardless of how it turns out. One of the highest level Little League softball games you're ever going to find. Both these teams just so well coached. Fouled off. 1 and 2. Reminder, we have one more game today in Warner Robins. Georgia and South Carolina will play an elimination game later. The winner will move on to the 2 o'clock game tomorrow to face the loser of this game. The winner of this game goes all the way to the championship. With the Georgia team watching. We've already seen South Carolina in the stands checking it out. I thought they'd be on the field getting some warm-ups in right now. Little asking if the batter went around. First base umpire says no. Chris Ratliff, first base umpire.
That's a tough hold. Great job by Jimmy Braxton to not go on that pitch up in the zone with 2 strikes. We've seen Chloe Cheek get plenty of chases on that.
2-2 pitch. Now a full count. Full count with 1 on, 1 out here in the top of the second. It's only the second 3-ball count that Cheek has thrown today. On the ground, Owsley scoops it up, makes the play to second, and gets the force.
Owsley's been so good at third base, man.
And North Carolina's going to challenge this call.
You only get 1 unsuccessful challenge now that we're in extra innings. They don't carry over from regulation.
The call on the field was out.
This was a gutsy play by Owsley at third base to go after the lead runner, but it was so important that she did. It's a close play.
Pam Estrada, the second base umpire, got a good look at it. Took a while, then made his call. And now it'll be reviewed. Umpires have been right on every challenge so far today.
This is an important call. First and second with 1 out in extra innings is a lot different than first and 2 outs. It's hard to see where foot hits the bag. She might have beat her, but I don't know if there's enough.
And during this challenge, several of the Florida players hydrating, getting some water. And we're in the heat of the day. It's Bryn Fieser. She was the first player to come over and ask for a little water. Smart.
North Carolina fans get some cheers going on here as we wait the result.
No shortage of cheers today. Fans have been fantastic.
There was some moments where there was some nervous excitement too.
And she was called out. North Carolina's challenging this. And the call is confirmed. So 2 outs now here in the top of the 7th.
What a play by Owsley at third base. I mean, 1, to field that ball cleanly and allow your momentum to take you and get that lead runner being heads up enough to know how important that out is. Again, the youngest player on this team, one of the smartest on the field.
She's been one of the best players of this Southeast Region tournament this week. Avery Moy up to bat now for North Carolina. Runner is still at first. North Carolina's taken the lead here in the top of the 7th. She smashes that out into center field. And the runners hold at first and second. That is Moy's second hit of the day.
And how big was that play, though, by Owsley at third base to get the lead runner, because this more than likely would have scored another run for North Carolina. But Moy staying hot in the box. She just peppers the ball right back up the middle time and time again.
Braxton, the base runner at second base. Moy is at first. And Rouse, the batter for North Carolina. 2 outs. Florida will have another at bat to try to catch North Carolina. Rouse 1 for 2 today. Little walking up toward the circle to hold that runner at second. Trying to dare her to throw. Right at second base, Fieser, no problem. But North Carolina has the lead for the first time today. Florida will try to walk it off with Marshall, Tormos, and Brandon. They get ready to play to keep one of their seasons alive. The winner of their game will play the loser of the game we've got going on right now. We're in extra innings, and so Florida will start with a runner on second base. North Carolina was able to take advantage of that and score a run in their at bat. And it'll be Garandi the batter, or excuse me, the runner. Quinn Marshall will be the batter.
This might be exactly who Florida wants up in this situation. A slapper from the left side, used to playing small ball, move a runner without necessarily having to bunt. It's Kinley Morgan, her strikeout pitch is that rise ball, which is so hard to get down on the ground.
Marshall drew a walk in her last at bat. It's the only time she's been up today. Florida still hasn't gone through the batting order twice. Marshall's the 11th batter in their 12 batter order. Garandi the base runner.
Corners pulled in tight for North Carolina, expecting the bunt.
There's a strike called on the corner. North Carolina managed this dynamic so well with that runner on second when they were at bat. Marshall puts the bunt down, runner advances over to third, safe. So Garandi is safe, and a runner on first as well.
North Carolina, aggressive team, tries to get the lead runner here, goes straight into the bag, Garandi, and she's safe. We saw Maddie Allen kind of debating on whether let that ball go foul. And this is just North Carolina style ball. They're gonna be aggressive, but that time didn't work out in their favor.
Tormos, the batter, runners at first and third.
Got some confusion here. See Braxton coming over, pointing to the first base umpire. I think she's saying that Quinn Marshall may have been off the bag. As a base runner, you have to be off the bag. See, she puts her foot beside the base, still making contact though.
Strike to Tormos. Base hit scores the tying run.
still back for North Carolina. Corners are pulled in. Second and third. Rondy at third base is going on down angle.
Swings at that, fouls it back, 0-2. Runners at second and third. Tormos trying to walk it off here. Top of the batting order will be up next. Florida needs 1 to tie, 2 to win. Almost taking all the way, 1-2. Foul ball by Tormos. Tormos rolls those sleeves up for good luck. Two runners on, 1-2 the count, no outs. Two and two.
It's a good location in that count, mowing away. But even better discipline for Tormos. I mean, in this moment, you're down by 1, extra innings, runners on second and third. A lot of pressure, but she's staying calm and disciplined.
And the North Carolina infield, they do not like the way Marshall is on base.
She did come off second base. I think it was missed.
Tormos off the hand, stays alive, 2-2. Well, she's voted most likely to survive a zombie apocalypse, so I guess that would be a good skill to have if you're up to bat in this situation right now.
I've never been in a zombie apocalypse, but I feel like the pressure of an extra inning game being up at bat with runners in scoring position would be similar.
Let's look at Marshall up at second base, the base runner from Florida. There's that foot nestled up against the bag. Tormos pops it up, feet, and the catch is made easily by Bailey Jackson. Winfield fly freezes the runners, 1 out.
It's a big out, but you can't let up here. Just 1 out. Ball in the grass, and Florida could possibly walk this off. Florida just needs the 1.
Go to the top of the batting order now for Florida. This is their leadoff hitter, Zoe Brandon, 1 for 2 today. Started the game with a single. Scored their only run in the first inning.
Infield's pulled in now. Middles are a little bit more shallow than they have been.
Get out into the outfield. Stocks makes the catch. And Florida holds the runners. So 2 outs.
You know, coach isn't happy, but you saw that throw come in from Baylor Stocks in right field. She got that home on a line. It would have been a close play either way.
Garandi is the runner over there on third base. Two outs now. And now North Carolina is going to take a timeout. Jack Allen, the manager, asking to talk to his infield for a moment. This game is coming down to the wire here.
This is a good conversation. Two outs, runners at second and third, making sure the infield knows, hey, we're going to first base. Get an out at first base.
It gives Brent Feaster a chance to talk to his team as well and make sure everybody knows what they're doing. A little confusion there with Garandi at third as a base runner. Avery Little coming up to bat now. Two outs. Bottom of the seventh. Little hits it out to center field. It gets past center field. And Florida. What a hit by Avery Little as Florida walks it off in the bottom of the seventh. What a game.
First pitch, Avery Little sees with the game on the line, Florida down to their last out, and it is the hardest and the furthest hit ball we have seen all day long. Clears the bases, the excitement, the emotion. What a competitive